Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Poteen Bowen, and I'll be doing a rotation video this time on a blue line warden. Okay, so the first things we'll go over is we'll go to class traits, we'll go to the racial traits, then we'll go to the virtues. I'll go over my allies, then I'll go over my rotation, and I mean, you know, with the rotation, I'll show you kind of how the gambits work, that's kind of what makes the warden unique. Is the fact that they have to build up their stuff and that they can do a variable of effects depending on what they do with their three-line combo, which is basically going to be a shield, a spear, and a fist. All right. If you like this content, be sure to like and subscribe. If you want to watch me on Twitch, I'm usually on Mondays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, playing LOTRO. I have been recently playing on Tuesdays and Wednesdays New World, which I really love the crafting in. So yeah, be sure to give it a sub and catch me on Twitch. I also stream on YouTube too. Okay, so to start off, the first thing I want to show here is my class traits. So the class trait, the one I'm going to go into is the blue line. The blue line is the tankish line. So wields a shield and fist to protect allies from harm. So I'm going to go over what I'm going down, and then I'll go over the assailant, which is just the yellow line. But I don't really have anything with range yet. So I do have 1 point into increase the damage of fist gambits. I don't really do fist gambits, but probably raid. I probably will if I ever get into that. So that one's. Then I do persevere. I love the persevere line. This is going to be your healing line. So with this line, I'm basically going to go heal. I'm going to go with a mitigation buff, heal, mitigation buff, heal. Then I'm going to do an area effect damage. Then I'm going to do an area effect morale tag. That's basically what the rotation is going to be all about. So after that, I have Warden's Challenge, which is going to be Defiant Challenge. This forces up to 10 nearby enemies to attack me, allows Warden to damage all attackers after each blow, and I have a little bit of deflection damage. After that, I have Careful Shield work, so my ranged and tactical damage reduction. After that is Redirect Ire, so deflection gambits increase rather than reduce your threat. Critical protection. This is just going to have my critical defense up. Careful blade work, so my melee damage is going to be reduced, or the melee damage I take will be reduced. Unsaleable increases the duration of your shield gambit buffs. Undeniable challenge, resounding challenge builds instant threat instead of applying damage over time. I don't really use that yet, but if I have trouble holding aggro, I'll use it, but it's basically a fist shield line. Stand your ground, so this one's going to increase my block chance, my parry chance, and my rating of block and parry. Practice fundamentals, so improves my 2-build length gambits, which you will see me use. Basically, everything is going to be, I have a 2-build to start it, then it goes to a 4, goes to a 5, a 4, 4, 4, and then a 5 again. Yeah, so that would do damage over time, heal over time. Unfatigable, I'm sorry. So my shield gambit line heals for an additional. So lasting hope, I'll actually get +3 more hot pulses, which is kind of important. Never surrender has a cooldown now reduced. Fear no darkness, 20% morale tap damage and healing, which I will show you that. This is for the free people. This one is basically, it consumes any of my advanced techniques and reduces damage and allies take for a brief amount of time. And then my last one is Fellowship Protector. When you consume a full stack of advanced technique, your Fellowship also takes reduced damage for a short period of time. I did go into a little bit of assailment here. My light damage does more damage. I do have more ratings to my buff and shield gambits, and I have my attack speed is faster. All right, now we're going to go over the traits you get when you just by unlocking the bars of Christ. Thrill of Battle, so this is the one, another 20% morale damage. Shield mastery, so physical mitigation of shield and tactical mitigation is increased. Close call on a block or partial block, small amount of morale is restored. Shield tactics, this is just, your shield stuff is improved so much. Just all the buffs to your shield stuff. Complete a gambit chain and consuming advanced techniques will grant you a short defensive buff. Exaltation of battle, so I'll get 2 pulses of area effect morale tap. And then this is desperate combat is the one I have. If you have red line, it'll be desperate spear. So in desperate situations, a warden is capable of striking at many opponents at once. When activated, this skill will enable desperate spear, desperate shield, or desperate fist for 90 seconds, deepening your type of gambit you last used. This skill will consume all of your advanced technique, giving you an additional use of desperate shield, spear, or fist for each technique consumed. Okay, so that is it for class traits. Next is going to be racials. I'm just going to go over the ones I use. I do have Return to the Shire. This one is a give or take. If you'd like to go back or not, you can take it off and on. I am using Hobbit Stature because I like the 49%. 40. I like the. It's obviously going to change depending on your level and stuff, but it's a might buff. I will use Hobbit Stealth. I don't really have to use it because I will be able to use Careful Step, which I'll explain here in a minute. Hobbit Resilience, which is obviously just a great, plus hope. It only lasts for 10 minutes, but it's nice to have, especially if you do delvings or things like that. And then Hobbit Silence is basically I pretend to be dead, which, if I do this right, I probably shouldn't run into that trouble, but we'll see. And then my virtues are obviously going to be tank-oriented. Discipline, resistance rating, incoming healing rating, physical mitigation, and my passive bonus is max morale. Compassion, physical mitigation, tactical mitigation, armor value, and my passive is max morale. Max morale, critical defense, resistance rating, and then passive again is max morale. This one is loyalty. This is going to be virtue, armor value, incoming healing rating, and then passive is max morale. And then justice, which is going to be in combat morale regen, max morale, tactical mitigation, and once again, the passive max morale. That's obviously the theme. All right, so after that, we will check out what our allies are. My allies are going to be very heavy into shield, very heavy into healing, things like that. So I'm using my spear. I'm using Heraldry of the Spear, so this is going to give me agility, vitality, and physical mastery. I probably should change that to might, but it's not a big deal. Incoming healing modifier, so incoming healing bonus and incoming healing rate is increased. Gambit life tap damage and healing. Obviously, my life tap and incoming healing are increased. Shield Gambit line healing, so my Shield Gambit line healing is increased and incoming healing rating is increased. Restorative Shield Work cooldown. Restorative Shield Work cooldown is decreased and incoming healing rate is increased. And then I'm also using Perfect Recovery, so my incoming healing rating is also increased. Now, why I chose this over, because I'm using the HOTS instead of like big heals over time. So basically, I'm just trying to keep my heals rolling constantly. Heraldry of the Sparrow again, which is agility, vitality, physical mastery. Because I don't do a lot of damage, because I'm mostly just healing and buffing, I did go with a little more damage on my allies, just so that I can do, I can stay alive for a long time, but I want to do it before my power runs out. And then healing over time, so healing over time is increased, and outgoing healing rating is increased. Resolution damage and healing, so resolution damage is increased and tactical mitigation is increased. Morale tap resistance reduction, so my morale tap target resistance is decreased and my finesse rating is increased. And then my shield gambit buff duration is increased, and my vitality, and then I'm also doing perfect recovery again. So with that, I'll kind of go over the rotations. I'll kind of go with what the gambit line looks like. That was my virtues. So how gambits work is you're basically going to do a combo of these 3 abilities. The 3 abilities are Shield Bash, Quick Thrust, and Warden's Taunt. Now, at like 35 or so, you get these Mastery abilities. What this does is automatically stacks 2 abilities on. So any one of those adds to the Gambit. This is going to do that automatically. So you'll see me using these, but you'll see me also using these shift lines up here. This is actually, all of these are part of my 5 ability combo line, and then I have one that I actually manually put in. Now, here's the thing. You don't have to remember all of the gambits if you are cheating. I call it cheating or shortcutting. So basically, all of these abilities here, up to shift 4, all of these abilities are only using shield, spear. And then I'm just going to hit shift 1. Now, the only one that's different is this second one here. I'm actually trying to get a big hot on, so I'm actually going to go into a 5 combo rotation, or 5 gambit rotation instead of the normal 4. So it'll be shield, spear. This one's going to give me shield, spear, and then I'm going to add another shield manually by myself. And then my next one is just going to be shield, spear, and then I'm just going to press shift 3, and then I'm going to press 4, which is actually going to do the gambit default, depends on what is going on up here. And then I'll go through what these abilities are going to be. So I like to start off with the rotations of usually pulling. Warning shot is another great pull. It has range of 30. Another one is hampering javelin. This is another one that kind of slows them down. These are going to be my restorative shield works. So this is going to be a buff that I use when I'm about to go into a group fight. Another one is free for the free people, but both of them are pretty fast rotations, so you can use them pretty often. This one is also one, but I don't really use it that much. We'll see, maybe with the boss, we'll see how it goes. I do have a never surrender, so when I'm below 5% morale, I can restore 50% morale and 50% power. So it's basically used when I'm in very, very trouble, a lot of trouble. Desperate Spear, that's not what I'm going to use. I should put that over here. Obviously, First Aid is going to be my remove diseases, things like that. This is going to be Battle Preparation. I want to move that. This is going to be what gets me off of dazes, stuns, things like that. So I am going to be in what is called In the Fray stance. And I'm going to be in Forced March, which is obviously just going to let me run. These can be used in dungeons, so that's awesome. Okay, so let's just go over the rotations very quickly. My very first rotation is going to be my Gambit. I'm going to go into a very small heal right away, which is Persevere. This is only going to be a shield and a spear. Then I'm just going to hit 4. So 1, 2, 4. That's how I'm going to start it off. Now, why I'm going to do that is I start with a little bit of hot, but also it increases my incoming healing, which is going to be beneficial in just a little bit. So my next one after that is going to be 1, 2, shift 1, which is going to look like this. Once I find it here, it should be a shield right here. Shield Mastery. So it's going to be 1, 2, shift 1. So the actual Gambit rotation will be shield, spear, fist, shield. What that's going to do is give me a lot more mitigation for my physical mitigation and block rating. Now, after that, this is going to be the trickier one. I'm going to do 1, 2, shift 2, and then hit 1 again. So this one's going to be my first 5-button combo. And what that's going to give me is Restoration. Okay, this is a powerful heal over time, so I want to get that on as fast as I can. It's going to give me a little bit of initial heal, but then it's going to give me a hot over time, and it's going to do a little bit of damage. And that rotation is going to be spear, shield, shield, spear, shield, spear, shield. Okay, after that will be another combo, which is going to be another, I think it's shield up. It absolutely is. That is going to be 1, 2, shift 3, and then 4. You always got to do 4, because that's going to be the end of that's how you're going to get the buffs or extra damage or any of that. So that one is going to be shield up, and that's going to look like shield, spear, fist. That's going to have incoming damage reduced and incoming range damage reduced, and blocking is going to be increased. After that, I want to go 1, 2, shift 4, and then 4. What that one's going to give me is something called Safeguard. That's going to be another morale hit, another morale or hot over time, and it does a little bit of damage. And that one's going to be shield, spear, shield. Now, after this is where the rotation is going to change just a little bit. After this one, I want to go for an area effect damage. So the next two combos are going to be area effect damage. One of them is going to be, yes, Boar's Rush. So for this one, after I do Shift 4, then I hit 4, I'm going to go 2 and 3. What that's going to do is give me a spear and a fist, and then this combo here is going to give me another spear and a fist, and it's going to give me Boar's Rush, which is a very fast shield rush, and it deals significant damage to enemies in front of me, so up to 6 targets I can hit. Then after that, now this one I'm going to manually put in. Now this is a very powerful ability. This one is called Exaltation of Battle. So this is going to be my very first and only morale tap I use, and it's going to be a 5 combo. So what I'm going to do after this one is I'm going to go, basically I go backwards. So instead of 1, 2, 3, I'm going to go 3, 2, 1, then go to 3, and then go to 1 again. And that's going to give me the combo of Fist, Spear, Shield, Fist, Shield. And this is going to give me a 10-target morale tap. I'm going to be stealing morale from the targets. And then for every 4 seconds, for 24 seconds, I'm also going to be stealing morale again. So it's like a dot hot life drain. Okay, then after that, I just go back to the rotation I had again, which is going to be 1, 2, and then 4. 1, 2, shift 1, then 4, and then remember again, my second one in this rotation is going to be an extra 5th one, 5th gambit requirement, which is going to be shield or 1, 2, shift 2, 1, 4. Okay. I do have, like I said, I have a couple of these. You will see me use a Defiant Challenge. I like to use that especially against multiple targets, especially against bosses. I do have Shield Slam. You will see me use this. This is an Interrupt, so it probably won't be used here necessarily, but we might use it, but probably not. All right, so next thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to put my shield spikes on, and then we're going to get the fight. So hopefully that makes sense, what I said. Oh, I guess there is another little combo here you might see me use, which is Careful Step. It gives me like an ambush ability. I go stealth, and then you can use it with ambush, and this will knock a target out for 5 seconds. So that's kind of nice. You probably won't see me use it here, but you will. Let's get started. And I'll kind of go through what they are. So in this one, it will be a little bit slower, but I won't be in any danger. So 1, 2, 4, you're going to see Persevere. 1, 2, shift 1, which is going to be my shield mastery. Now I'm going to get my first level of and that was 1, 2, shift 2, plus 1 again. Now I can use 4. 1, 2, shift 3, which is going to be my shield. 1, 2, shift 4, which is going to be my hot. Now I'm going to go 2, 3, shift 5, 4. Now this is the big one. I won't be using it. So I'm not going to use that morale tap yet. It's not really worth it if it's only 1 target. It is worth it a lot. So I'll probably go through this one more time, and then you know what I'm going to do? There's a way to make this much faster. And I'm going to show you. So obviously, now once I hit this big hot here, remember shift 1, shift 2, 1, then 4. We're going to start a rotation. Now this is where you're going to see a huge, where I'm going to actually do the area effect morale tap. Now this will take a little bit longer to kill stuff, but it's not really a problem because I'm not in a really danger to die. Now this is it. Now it's going to be 3, 2, 1, 3, 1. Right there. This is Exaltation of Battle. Boom, a watch. Boom, that's a big dot. It's going to be dot for a while. All my hots last like 18 to 24 seconds. So it's not really a big deal. There we go, we'll do this. Now we're going to try to use our Rambo touch again. Now, before we die here, Or not before we die. Let's do the area effect again. So that's 3, 2, 1, 3, 1. And then big life. Morale tap, I guess? Yes. Obviously, you want to try to cleanse yourself too if you want. It will help your stay a little stronger. But once again, the build I'm really building up in here is that I'm not too concerned with how much I'm pulling on myself because I can take quite a bit of damage. So, hold up, my wife is apologize. I need to see what that is. I would edit it out, but I probably won't, if I know. Now shift 4. Now I'm going to go 2, 3, shift 5, and 4. Remember, 4's rush. How much do we have every target? Looks like we have 2, 3. Let's do. So that's 3, 2, 1, 3, 1. Boom, and that's a big area effect. Morale tank. Sometimes I skip my persevere once the rotation starts rolling. But if I'm taking a lot of damage, I will keep the persevere. I'll open up with that. I always open up with it just because it increases the healing coming in. And that's nice. I remember once I get to shift 5, I'm doing 2, 3. And see, now I'm just going to go with it. That's going to be a total got. It's going to be a light damage got. Alright. There we go. Now my shield's all blurry. That's nice. Alright, so same thing here. We're going to just pull all of this because we're not scared of anything, honestly. I might open this up just to kind of get a little hot going on here. Hopefully a lot's here. That'd be nice. Let's pull this guy. And we're going to pull these two because why not? There we go. Alright, now we're going to get some shields here. A lot of damage is going to happen. 1, 2, shift 2. Now, another thing is, if I'm taking a lot of damage, I can start doing my morale tap. You're going to get jumped a lot, especially when there's a lot of targets. There's nothing wrong with doing it early, because I am trying to stay alive. So, like, if I want to, like, I see myself taking a bit more damage than I want, I can absolutely go into that exaltation of battle. Why it's a good one is, the more people there are, up to 10 targets, I can drain that much health from every one of those. So I can basically steal 400 morale up to 10 times. So, very, very nice. Oh, he's behind me. I was like, why can I not? So same thing, I lost my little there because. But here's another thing that's nice about these rotations. I guess it's not nice, but this is a trick you need to learn. Set on your ability you just triggered just a little bit. Don't rush with the ward. It seems weird. It'll make you feel a little uncomfortable in the beginning, but don't rush. Make sure every ability gets into your gambit first. Don't just button jam or get ahead of yourself. Slow it down. It's going to help you a ton. Like I said, I'm in no real danger. The only one I was is in the very beginning here, I did do shift 1, shift 2. Then I went to exaltation of battle just because I wanted that big. Anytime you kind of get in trouble, you can just use that, which is a large morale tap. Especially the more targets you pull. Now let's keep going. So I'm just going to keep pulling as far, honestly. I'm not really too, like I said, too scared. Should I be, baby? We're gonna do shift 4. Alright, now we're gonna start off. It doesn't start a rotation again. So like I said to you, see how I'm just kind of waiting for all my abilities to kind of everyone make sure it hits into that gamut line. There is like a moment in between each one. You definitely want to wait that moment. Like I'm not doing it like my my other classes. Now each one of these is gonna pop out a worm. There's a moment the worm spawns that damage is increased quite a bit. So just be aware of that. You don't have to be scared of it or anything. You just got to know that it's gonna happen. Make sure you kind of got a hop. See right there, I did it. Now I can go up to shift 9. What that does, it'll wipe one ability out so that I can start my rotation. That's if you miss hit. So if you do miss hit, you can press shift 9, or you can clear all of them. Oh, this one does the last one. That's quick. Or shift 9 just delete. It removes all of the gambits you have in your line. Why that's beneficial is sometimes you're gonna miss hit, and that happens especially with lags and stuff. Alright, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna do battle. Exaltation battle. Basically, I'm just kind of wearing them down, I guess, is the best way to describe it. There we go. Now that time, I manually put restoration in. What's this on? I didn't realize there was stuff behind me. Alright, let's go. Moving on to the next one. We're gonna try to pull everything at once because we don't care about nothing. Should we? Probably. Now, there are 2 classes I consider unkillable. We'll see how this Green Line Guardian comes out that I've just built. But right now, the Bjorn and the Warden, with the right rotations, I think are unkillable. I think it'd be very hard to get them killed in battle. So you will see me kind of playing this guy a little bit more aggressive. I am in a 6-man dungeon. You won't really see me get in any kind of trouble. Maybe a little bit if I get stunned or anything interrupted. That can obviously affect the Warden pretty heavily. So you do need to kind of be aware of that. I do use that a lot because it's a reflection, like it does reflect damage, or redirect, I guess. But as you see, I'm not in any real danger, like ever. This is a very powerful class. It's a very powerful build. It's not. Does it kill fast? No. But as you can see, I'm not stressed. I am just talking to everybody while I'm doing this. My power gets restored with some of the abilities I showed you I put into. We're gonna do Exaltation Battle. Now, if I want to, I can start doing damage lines. If I feel like I have enough. You know, at the end there, I can break away. Once I know I have enough hots on me and stuff, I can break away and start doing a little more damage line abilities, which is basically going to be like Spear, fist or spear shield. I will pull on everything. So. Now this is a big nasty pull, so pull up. There's a couple signatures here that spawn worms. About what? 25% of the way of their health. So, I don't know. I don't know if we can. Maybe we'll see. We might pull the whole place. We might just clear the whole dungeon. We'll see how it goes. But with the way this kind of rotation's going, we might. Now that time I forgot to do my right here, exaltation of battle. So I did persevere first. Then I went back and did it manually. That one's one of the only ones I do manually, which means I type all 5 of the abilities. The other ones, I use my mastery skills, which are up there. I shift them. But yeah, if there's multiple targets, more than like 3 or 4, I usually use my exaltation of battle, just because it's an amazing heal. It's kind of can get you out of trouble, especially if you get hit a lot. The only other one I do is this one right here. Once I see that emblem, then I want to hit my shield again. That's going to give me restoration, which is a big hot. But that's off my shift 2 ability. Can interrupt. But basically, yeah, I'm just doing a heal or a hot, followed by a buff, followed by a heal, and then another buff. And then at the end, I have 2 abilities. One of them is an area effect shield bash, which is going to do right here. I'm about to do it here, which is going to be 1 or 2, 3, shift 5, 4. Right there. And then after that, I have my... There's only a few here. I'm going to wait until the worm comes out, because then I'll have 3 mobs, and I'll get better damage, like right now. So this one I can start to do 3, 2, 1, 3, 1. Now watch. This is my exaltation of battle. This is my morale tap. But look, I can pull it from 3 mobs instead of just pulling it from the 1. So when it gets down to like 2 mobs, I don't usually morale tap anymore. Just because it doesn't give that return. It's not as big of a return. But with exaltation of battle, I can morale tap all the way up to 10 people at once. So kind of a big damage. And then it's also a hot. So I'm going to get healed over time. But then it's weird too, it's also a dot. So it actually damages them for the next 24 seconds. And why I pull in some of these area effect ones, like Boar's Rush and stuff, is I'm trying to hit that other mob just a little bit while I'm concentrating on one. So then when it's time to switch off the mob, he's down a little bit, and it kind of makes the battle go a little faster. Now this is 3 mobs again. As you can tell, he got about quarter health, and then he started spawning a guy. So there's 3 of them. So I am going to use my exaltation of battle again. I'm going to mess my rotation up. Got sticky buttons. There we go. I also have the redirect, so anything that hits me will also take a little bit of damage. Obviously, I'm doing that again because I want to do a little bit of damage while I'm concentrating on one. Because then it makes the battle go a little bit faster. Now here we go. We might just press Shift 1, get all the way up here, or Shift 2, get all the way up to here, get rid of my stuff. And now I might just start doing damage. There we go. See? So at the end there, instead of doing my normal, I just went with, I went all the way to 5 on Spear Shield. And then I went to 4 on Spear Fist. 4 is actually better unless you consume the ability you have. Alright, there we go. Now, once again, this is going to be a big... Uh-oh. That's going to do a big old heal. A big old heal. There we go. Alright, now we're going to start a rotation. As you saw there, I think I pulled everybody. I think I might have accidentally pulled everybody. Now something is draining my power. I'm gonna go into my... I got my Station of Battle. I'm gonna put that up again. Who doesn't know that ability? I'm gonna go back into my hot. Do I feel like I pulled the boss on accident? Does it feel like I pulled the boss? Or am I just maybe not? I'm gonna get my hot on. There we go. Gonna get rid of that. Let's do some exaltation here. Let's do a little bit of that. Now let's do a little bit of shield. Now we're gonna do exaltation battle again. I also do recover a little bit of power depending on what abilities I use. Okay, see, I made a mistake there. So I'm going to do Shift 9. I'm going to wipe out my whole gambit so I can start over. As long as they keep doing worms, I'm going to keep doing Exaltation of Battle. Because the more there are, the more health I can steal. That's going to be another one where I missed it. Now, you can't prep the battle before. How you do that is, there is my Shift 0. Is going to be like a battle prep, so I can actually put an ability in on there. Which is kind of nice. I won't really need it with this build, but on when you got red line, things like that, if you're doing raids, it'd obviously be great on that. So he's pulling another worm out, which means I'm going to do another exaltation. I love that it's a force attack, but also it gives me some reflection damage. There we go. This is going to be the last one. Oh, let's get that done with it. So, like I said, as long as you don't really panic with this class, you'll probably live for the most part. Just kind of a nasty little class. Now, I will say that too, when a mob dies, there can be a bit of where you've already put an ability in, but it didn't hit that mob, so you might have to hit it again. You just kind of got to look up at your gambits and see where you're at in the rotation. Oh, he's got another worm. Okay. So I guess we'll just do this. It starts a dot, which is nice. So we will use that. Remember, Shift 2 always comes with another shield at the end, so I can get that restoration. Otherwise, it's a one-time heal instead of a one-time heal at a hot. That's why it's always better to do that. Alright, now I'm just going to go with damage. The ones I like to do there at the end is shield, fist, then hit, and then shield, oh, sorry, spear, shield, and then hit again. So we didn't pull him. We're going to pull both of these because we get bored. And if we're bored, we're in trouble. Now, once again, too, if you have any questions or anything like that, you can hit me up on Whispers. You can hit me up on YouTube, Whispers on Twitch. You can message me on Discord. See, I'm going to use this on here just to kind of get the dot rolling. So that's another reason why you can use Exaltation too. I totally forgot about that. You can totally use it against 2 mobs or 1 mob. Is it will also start a dot. So that's nice. Another thing is, I try to come up with another Blue Line Guardian video because EU has its own dedicated servers now, so I've seen more people in Europe playing the Warden than ever before because it's easier, there's no lag. So I'm excited to see that. As you can see, another worm's dropped. So maybe I should switch so this guy drops his worm early. And then I'll have all the worms out. And remember, the Shift 2 always requires a shield afterwards to get that 5 combo and to get the restoration. Otherwise, you're just getting a 1 heal instead of the actual the hot. And the hot is important. With this, the way I have it set up, the hot is super important. See, I accidentally hit the wrong one, so I'm just going to do Shift 9, reset my gambits, and start with Persevere. I do a hot here. Plus, as you switch targets too, you're doing a little more damage to those other ones, which is nice. We're going to try to get those. We don't want bleed on us. That's a big reason. Same thing here. This guy's going to drop. When we fight this boss guy, he's going to have 2 mobs that will spawn with him. This guy, he didn't take any damage, did he? So it is nice to do Exaltation. I guess I do apologize. I should be using Exaltation of Battle on even single targets because it is doing a 24-second dot, along with a hot, along with the morale steal. So I do apologize. You should use it. Alright. Now I'm just going to go right into battle with this guy. He's going to fight. I'm going to go into Exaltation battle right away. so I get that hot rolling. This mob is obviously going to hit a little bit harder. I'm going to concentrate on him. Hopefully I kill those guys by just by proxy. I'm going to try to get those as much as I can. We're going to do Exaltation of Battle. We do Persevere. Once this guy gets to green, too, about quarter health, he'll get to green, which means you cannot harm him again. That seems bad, but it is not. It just means these worms are about to come out. Now, the worms can be very dangerous to me because I am using hots, so I need to make sure that those are rolling when I take this guy on. Because if I'm not, the worms that damage the ground could potentially kill me. We'll see how it goes. I killed one. As you saw there, I was kind of just dragging on them over there. Because I wanted to kind of finish him off a little bit. Okay, so when he gets kind of low, I'm going to try to drop as many hots on him as I can, so I get to survive this. There's a moment of delay. Let's see. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do Exaltation, even though it's just one target. We're going to do it because we're going to get a nice hot off of it. And a little bit of the dot on him. Which is only going to hit. There he is. Now he's going to start. Now, the big worms, we want them. We want these great worms to come after us. The ones we are afraid of are the little ones. Because they're going to actually blow up on the ground. And that we hate. We can handle the rest of this, we just can't handle the ones that poison the ground. We're going to do Exaltation, just to get it on all of them. And in case anything weird happens, we're already in a good place where we're collecting health. There we go. Oh, he's about. Yes, now he is. See, these guys are going to blow up. Just. They're going to blow up. They also throw you, which messes up your rotations. So you need to be aware. If you forget where you're at, remember you can always look up at your little rotation, your gambit line, see where you're at, and see what you want to do next. I'm obviously going to try. Like, I missed the buff there because I was making sure my hot was rolling. Because these guys do throw you around for some reason. Which I'm not a super fan of, but whatever. I don't like them tossing me. It messes up the stuff. Messes up the things I'm trying to do. You hear them, now they're going to try to do the ground. You can actually hear them. They'll be like, he's getting slow. That's a good sign. That's exactly. We're gonna Exaltation of Battle. There we go. Now we're gonna get him. Now he's done. We've cleared the boss. We beat this guy. And we just got this guy. His friend is dead. He's feeling awful. Alright, now I'm gonna go for damage. We need to wait for these guys to blow up. The bloated ones will blow up. We're gonna hide in this corner over here because there shouldn't be any. Shouldn't be. There we go. That's it. That's the first boss. Once again, not too scared. Alright, let's go do the next guy. Is my shield spike off? Alright, follow me, nerd. Come on, nerd, we're gonna go do some stuff. This could get ugly. Now, this is why you can see why I like the solo. If you guys do watch my Twitch and stuff, you know I like the solo instances and stuff. This is I take solo stuff because I just love the builds. I love being able to do this, even though it takes a little bit longer. We're gonna do it in rotation. So that's like I told you my rotation. I can go over it again. See if I can remember the names. Persevere, Shield Mastery. I believe this one is Restoration. This one is Shield Up. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Yeah. And then this one is Safeguard. And then this one I know is Boar's Rush. And then this one is Exaltation of Bat. Exaltation of Battle is a complete trial tap. Dot. How many more we got? Should we go pull some more? Pull some. Come on, nerds, follow me. We'll go all the way to the end. There we go. We want you. First thing we're gonna do, Exaltation of Battle. That's not right. Shift 9. Shield up, Safeguard. That's not right. Okay. Now, Exaltation. Off us. 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, shift 1, 4, 1, 2, shift 2, 1, 4. One, 2, shift 3, 4. 1, 2, shift 4, 4. 2, 3, shift 5, 4. Now 3, 2, 1, 3, 1. Boom. That's the rotation. And I'm just doing it by the numbers, just so you can kind of see it, and you hear it out loud. Obviously, in the beginning, I showed you kind of what there we go. A lot of worms, you know? You can see it. There's a Gonna get some deflection going on, which is basically like a damage shield. Deflection is they hit me and they take damage. But I think also we also don't take the amount of damage they're taking. If that makes sense. This guy wanna play? You wanna play, sir? Follow me, nerd! Persevere. Shield mastery. Restoration. Shield up. Safeguard. Boar's rush. Exaltation of battle. That's my whole rotation. Let's just pull these guys. They hate us. Now these guys are pretty nasty. It's whatever the combo is here. It's just kind of gross. Now we're gonna do shield mastery here. Once again, we're gonna do exaltation of battle. And then we're going to skip shift 2, restoration, there we go. Bump on, take that off. Yeah, I don't know why, but the mobs now, just in this area, they hit a little bit harder than the other ones. Oh, he tried to stun me. That was good. That's definitely what they want to do. Stunning me that can hurt me. Got a little bit of bleeding on. I'm gonna go for my restoration, then get back and remove that bleed. That's not what I want. Won't hurt me. None of the cooldowns are like long enough for those big ones to like really affect me in any way. But as you've seen here, this last area, I basically just tanked the whole time. I just pulled one mob after another. That's the kind of thing a Warden can do. They're just the Blue Line Warden. Apparently, they used to be even better, which is insane. There's also the resounding one, which I haven't even done. That is like a big area effect. Like a threat and dot. Resounding challenge. But I haven't really been doing that. I want to stay alive for that. Now, I won't be pulling anything else for a bit. because the next one is the boss fight, and I don't really... Oh, here we go. 2 worms at once. What? I love it. I do use that challenge a lot. Like I said, it challenges them, force attacks, and also does some deflective damage, and I like it. I'm gonna get rid of that guy. Alright. Now, probably once this guy down, I'll probably start doing a little more damage. Oh, there's still a lot of those. There we go. Alright, shift 9. So we did that. Now this is it. This is the boss. This is actually 2 brothers. One's going to attack me. He's going to have undead come around. But he is going to be... well, he's a pain. Because he's shooting an arrow. Alright, let's put this on. Just to make the fight go a little bit quicker, let's put some light spear damage. He's going to talk about blah, blah, blah. We're going to be like, we don't care. He's going to be like, you do care. And then there's a whole ordeal. And then he's like, I'm going to kill you. And you're like, that's not nice. That's pretty rude. So this guy's actually going to attack first. Other mobs are going to spawn. And I'm just going to wait and whittle this guy down. We're going to do some... So like I said too, we're just going to go faster. We're going to whittle him away while we try to slowly kill the other ones. But we're just going to focus on him. I think more and more spawn as he just hangs out here doing awful stuff to us. Obviously, a group's better because you can do a little DPS on them. Alright, let's do a whole dot on all of them. I'm gonna do a resounding again. Sorry about that. Alright, we're gonna do this again. And obviously I'm taking a pounding while I'm waiting for this guy to stop jack-o'-lantern around. Because I have to try to stay alive while he just keeps spawning mobs on me. There's really only a few classes, most of them tankish, that can handle this end by himself. The 6-man instance raid, or the 6-man instance. And this is one of the classes. We'll get him there, we'll get him. We still have desperation up, so we're not in any trouble yet. Do that. We'll get in there. And then his brother's gonna fight him for this. He's not a very nice guy either. I might have to touch the morale or power. There we go. I was kind of hoping I wouldn't have to, but. Now, once I take these ads out, then we'll just be me and him. That on. Alright, let's get it going. Now we're gonna concentrate on this guy because we're gonna get that exploitation of battle on everybody. And here we go, the beginning of the end starts here. He doesn't know it yet. Yeah. How's your shoot me, buddy? This one, I'm gonna start getting some dots on here. I'm gonna go more damage line. I mean, obviously it's gonna take me a little bit longer. He is a powerful son. some reflective damage. We're whittling away at him. We're getting a little hot. Now I can, because he's got these buffs on him and stuff. I'll show you. I can just wait and just let my morale recover, or not my morale, but my power recover a little bit. And just wait for him to kind of drop. 100. 152. That should be enough. Alright. I'm feeling pretty good. But yeah, this is a very hard boss to solo. So yeah, sometimes I do lag in between. Just kind of wait, just to kind of recover a little bit of power. But also, you can just take some pots. Like, my pot's back up. I could also use Never Surrender. That'll give me some power back, but I didn't have to touch it, so. There it is. Look at that. We did it. We did a deed. Oh, I gotta do the other one. Alright, so now I showed you just how to go through this whole thing. Like I said, it's a 6-man instance. Alright, so I'm going to go through the rotations once again real quickly. You do have the Gambits. The Gambits is a combination of Shield Bash, which is giving you a shield down there. Quick Thrust, which is going to be a spear. And Warden's Taunt, which is going to be a fist. Once you get a combo you like, you're going to be able to use your forward or the default Gambit default. That is going to let you trigger whatever you want. Like mine is going to be a heal, a buff, a heal, a buff, a heal, and then area effect attack, and then morale attack. These pull. Warning Shot is also a taunt. I do use Defiant Challenge quite a bit. It's a way to pull attacks onto you up to take targets, but also has a little bit of deflect damage, so that's obvious. Or reflect damage, that's obviously great. Shield Slam, I didn't use. It's an interrupt. I did use these abilities quite a bit. Restorative Shield Work, which is awesome. It's an amazing ability. It only has you can get the seconds down too. And then for the free people, it's another mitigation. If I'm ever in danger, Never Surrender, but I have to have, if I ever fall below 5% morale. So it's got to be pretty tight for me to use this one. It is on, so the duration is 20 seconds. So make sure you know you're about to go under 5% if you use it, otherwise you waste it. Desperate Combat, this is the one I liked. Yeah, this one, I consume all the stuff, whatever technique I get, and I get some buffs, so that's kind of nice. I was using a little bit of shit. So, I'm going to go over rotation of my actual abilities. Okay, so there's this thing, too. I did not use it, because in Blue Line, it's not really a thing I need to have, but it is battle preparation. If I wanted to put that big heal on, that restorative heal again, I could do it first, then I can trigger it. So this will actually happen outside of combat. All it is you put together a combat or a Gambit line you like, and you can use it out of combat. This is one I did use quite a bit. Recovery. If I ever do mistakenly hit the wrong ability, I can just do Shift 9, and it will actually reset all of the Gambit panel. Okay. So with that, I'm just going to go over what my rotation actually is. So the abilities I use, like I said, when I get to this Gambit default. The first ability I use is Persevere. I want that hot rolling. It's an 18-second hot, does initial heal every 3 seconds for 18 seconds. Also, it gives me incoming healing modifier. That is why I like to do it. The duration is 1 minute and 34 seconds. So I will have that incoming healing modifier for that long. After that, I like to do buff, and it's Shield Mastery. This is going to do my physical mitigation and my block rating increase. Duration is 1 minute and 19 seconds. After that, I want to do Restoration. This is obviously going to do damage. It has a nice initial heal, but also it heals every 3 seconds for 18 seconds. After that, I like to do Shield Up, another buff. This is incoming damage, tactical damage is decreased, and incoming range damage is decreased, and my block rating is increased. After that, I like Safeguard. This is going to give me a little bit of heal. It's not as big as the other ones, but it also does a little bit of damage, and it puts a hot on me. Same thing, every 3 seconds for 18 seconds. Okay, so after that is when my rotation kind of changes. Next, I'm going to go with Boar's Rush. I like this one. It's a 6-man target. It also creates a little bit of forced attack, and it does a lot of damage to anybody in front of me. So I like that one. And then after that, I follow that up with my favorite ability. It's Exaltation of Battle. What this does is up to 10 targets. It does light damage, it morale taps, and it gives me a heal over time, and threat is increased. So that is so. But see how it says it drains the target for 471 morale, and it gives me 470 morale back. It will actually do that to every target that you have up to 10 targets. So you can receive an insane amount of healing. The more people there are, the better it is. And I think that's about it. So once again, if you have any questions, anything like that, you can check me out on YouTube. You can leave in the comments. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. It helps me a ton. We are almost at 1,000 subs on YouTube. Once we get 1,000, there will be a giveaway for YouTube. If we ever get 1,000 on Twitch, we'll do a giveaway on Twitch. And if we ever reach 50 subs on Twitch, we also do a giveaway. So thank you guys so much. Once again, like I said, I hope you enjoy this content. I hope you enjoy the Warden Blue Line. This is my second favorite class, and my second favorite, the Blue Line is my second favorite class, Warden. With that, I think that's about it. So if you have any questions, anything like that, you can catch me on Twitch on Mondays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturday on LOTRO. Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I've been playing New World, so catch me over there. And I think that's about it. So may the hairs on your toes grow ever longer. Thank you guys so much for watching.